do the whole tactical tutorial for estate. This is a fairly large level, so this one kind of takes a while, so I apologize about the length, but let's start off at the C building. And in my opinion, the best way to start off is to take the long way to get to the estate. Since it'll be, if you're doing this at the very beginning of the game, then you can just run right through there, but say you're in the middle of the game and there could be people waiting for you in there, you can always just come around and just like in previous videos, just stick to the outside of the map as much as possible. But actually, now that I've said that, right around here, just because there'll be people on the hill, kind of keep the building between you and them as much as possible until the last minute, and then kind of run closer to the outside. That way you stay out of their line of sight for as long as possible. This is kind of a tough map to flank on because there's generally people right up here, and even going the other way through the waterfall, there's going to be people up there as well. And this is something that I should have mentioned on other flanking videos, but if you really want to be effective, I mean, in every video that I've posted, I don't do this, but if you really want to do some effective flanking, have one of your kill streaks be a UAV. That way you can see where they are, you can see what areas you really need to avoid. Like, maybe coming this way isn't the best way to flank around since they've got like 6 people up here. You just don't want to try it. But I'm going off the assumption that there's going to be 1 or 2 people up here. Stick to the side as much as possible. Hopefully they didn't see you come up, but if you want to kill them, that's fine. Sometimes it's better to let them live and finish sneaking around. That way no one knows you're there. Either way, whatever floats your boat. I'll be honest, if it was me, I'd probably kill them, just because I like killing things. But yeah, come around behind the boathouse. Stay crouched so you can use this wall for cover. And in areas like this, only sprint when you're going from cover to cover, because staying crouched is a pretty important thing. Here's another place where you'll kind of find a few people, but usually they won't be facing this way unless they're actually running this way. They're right there is a general spot that people like to snipe from, but unfortunately that window, I've seen a couple people over here, so you have to check for snipers along there, but usually they're pretty easy to take out. The reason I always like to flank right up here is because the estate's generally a pretty popular area, so you can always find a crowd of people, and I think the best way to kill that entire crowd of people is to sneak in through the basement. This is where the UAV would come in handy, because you can see where they are in the estate. If it looks like they're going to be in this living room area, because a lot of people do like to snipe from there, you can just come in right through this door, take them out, and then work your way from there. But I found a lot of times a really common camping area is just like right at the top of the staircase, either just laying here like this, or sometimes backing themselves into the doorways, or using this bathroom, which is always annoying. But fortunately, there's a pretty easy way around that. When you let me find the staircase. I got myself lost here. Yeah, when you come up through the basement, just go ahead and run out towards the greenhouse. Along this edge is another common sniper area, so if you can, just knife the guy if he's there. But run up those logs, climb up here and take the guys that are sitting up here by surprise. Then this bathroom, it's a very common place. I never use this place for this reason, but a lot of people do. It's a good tactical insertion spot. I don't use it because it is such a good spot and it's become popular, so a lot of people think to check there. But because of that, you can always go see if maybe the guy you just killed respawned here. But if, say, you're sneaking around and you don't want to go into the estate, right over here, people generally just run right along the path that I just ran. But if you come over here to the left, this is a very rarely used area. If, say, it's a domination game and you're trying to capture A, you just go ahead and place a tac insertion back here. I can almost guarantee you that no one's going to find it. And you can rush the spot, and if they kill you, just respawn, kill them, try again. I would say come behind the greenhouse, but if you want to run through the greenhouse, it might be just a little bit better. You do have to make sure that no one can see you from the estate, and that can be a problem, so it might be better to go around the outside. But a lot of times just being able to use the greenhouse for cover is kind of nice. Going down the stairs, along there, or over here, it doesn't really matter. I always like to go to the outside just because it's just what I like to do. And from the estate, sneaking over to the C area, never a real problem. I mean, you do kind of have to watch out for people, though, because C generally has a couple snipers. This map is a pretty good map for most play styles, but that means that there's always people you have to look out for sniping. So make sure that they don't see you, and just kind of run immediately over here behind the building. And if this was domination and you were trying to capture C, usually the doors are all pretty well defended. I think this door right here is probably the best one to use, because most people, there'll be one guy generally right around here, and people guarding those corners. So before you even enter the building, you can kind of sneak around, get an angle on this guy. And since you should be using a silenced cold-blooded kit, or at least a silenced kit, I guess if you want to use a different perk, then that's fine. You can kill those two guys. And before you even try capturing C, always make a quick run through upstairs, because you don't want to be in the middle of capturing a point when the guy just turns and fires at you. And kind of something that I like to do is, before capturing C, is getting on here and planning a tac insertion up here, because it can be really annoying to die when you're capturing a point and respawn way in the back. So now that I've made this giant circle around the map, let me tell you my opinions about the B area. Okay, coming from C, I think the best approach to get there is just a straightforward rush. I mean, even with the stealth kit, just kind of stick towards the edges, stay crouched, and just work your way right up to it. Because with B, there's going to be people looking at you no matter what angle you come from, so you don't want to spend too much time sneaking around, because wherever you sneak around to, there's just going to be someone there. And again with B, some key things you need to look out for is, one, people like to sit behind these crates and wait for you. And the obvious one, of course, is the loft. Make sure you check these areas before actually capturing the point, because again, just like at C, you don't want to be in the middle of capturing and then you get shot by a guy who was here the entire time. I don't really have time to show you, since this map is pretty big. I don't have too much time to show you all the places that people like to sit and camp and some interesting spots like that, so I'll do that in another video. I know that the instruction seems to be pretty similar to all the other videos, just stick to the outside of the map. And I'll be honest, that's pretty much how it goes in a lot of these maps. But looks like time's really running out, so I'm just gonna have to say that's gonna be it for the flanking of a state. So I will see you later.